Japan, Tzu Chi hosts the annual year-end blessing ceremony online. In Yunlin, Tzu Chi volunteers help Grandpa Xu renovate his home. Selamat datang ke DaAi Headlines, saya Simon Gan. Terima kasih menyertai sesi berita kita. In Japan, the pandemic continues to worsen and the government has extended their emergency status until March. To adhere to the official guidelines, Tzu Chi volunteers hosted their year-end blessing ceremonies online with participation in 4 regions. Let's take a look.
For Tzu Chi volunteers in Japan, the meaning of the year 2021 lies in these numbers.
It's been 30 years since the establishment of Tzu Chi Japan chapter, which means I've been in Tzu Chi for 30 years too. The image of selfless volunteers helping another has been a driving force behind my courage all these years.
Due to the impact of COVID-19, the year-end blessing ceremony is held live online, connecting 4 areas together. Volunteers from Tokyo, Osaka, Yamanashi Prefecture, and Tohoku region meet up online to celebrate the end of the year. The most challenging part of the ceremony was audio.
Can the other areas see the image?
The ceremony went live on YouTube as well as Zoom. When the sound went out during the Tohoku parts, the audio technician momentarily panicked, but thankfully the problem was quickly solved.
Tohoku volunteers remember the disaster of 311 well. We have collected donations inside bamboo coin banks. We set up 400 recyclable tin cans to collect donations.
From 2020 until now, COVID-19 has changed our world. It has made us live in uncertainty and fear. In these times, we should be even more grateful for one another, continue to promote vegetarianism and love everyone.
Although the pandemic is still ongoing, Tzu Chi's goodness continues on, as there is plenty of love to share.
In 2020, Cambodia had been devastated by floods and droughts. Tzu Chi has provided much assistance during times in need. Recently, Tzu Chi Cambodia Liaison office held a year-end blessing ceremony, inviting local government officials to participate in this auspicious event. Take a look.
The automated infrared thermometer has reduced the need for manpower while also saving much time. The year-end blessing ceremony officially began with the love coming back from various places.
I'm very grateful towards everyone who has supported Tzu Chi in Cambodia for the past year. This time, we have distributed aid to over 20,000 families in Battambang. Although many of you did not participate in the event, all of your donations will be used to help the people in need in Battambang.
Looking back at 2020, Cambodia was devastated by a drought and 2 floods. Tzu Chi has gathered love on all walks of life and extended a helping hand towards the affected residents.
I'm very happy to be able to attend this activity hosted by Tzu Chi. I was also very touched by the video show just now. I'm very happy for the impoverished locals. I do not know how to express the feeling I have right now. I'm very touched by everything you have done.
Besides receiving the red envelopes of blessing and wisdom, the volunteering training also happily received their uniform and the mission that comes after it. They're going to do their best to serve, bring more blessings to others.
I do not know what to say right now. I'm so touched. To be able to be part of the Tzu Chi family and to be able to love and put a smile on the people's faces, I am truly happy.
In Indonesia's Kampong Simpa, Tzu Chi volunteers distributed living supplies to 210 villagers. They also seized this opportunity to teach everyone how to make eco-friendly enzymes, making good use of kitchen waste and also benefit the environment.
The pandemic has led many people to suspend work and have less income, but they have more time. Tzu Chi volunteers went to Simpa village of Pawong Panjang to teach villagers the knowledge of environmental protection.
I just know that the kitchen waste I have been throwing away has many benefits. I want to try making eco-friendly enzymes.
Karena kita juga lihat di daerah Simpa ini kan banyak sekali kebun.
Because we see there are many rice fields and farming lands in Kampong Simpak, we hope that after learning about it, they can practice it in their daily lives.
Mereka mengerti bisa diaplikasikan ke sana kan bisa bagus gitu buat mereka gitu.
Apart from respecting the heaven, loving the earth, and gathering blessings, the good deeds that the villagers always do include donating to bamboo tubes.
Dari awal saya melihat ada pergerakan ini, Buddha Tzu Chi.
Seeing the volunteers' dedication, I am also inspired to donate to Bamboo Coin Bank. And Tzu Chi's charity footprint has spread in several countries. This touches me a lot, so I also want to make a donation.
Itu saya tergugah. Jadi ada benar-benar tersalurkan untuk seluruh umat.
Charity organizations join together to deliver the supplies.
Kebetulan kan memang kita kolaborasi juga sama Tzu Chi. Yang dimana ya agak.
This time we cooperate with Tzu Chi, hoping to relieve Kampong Simpak's villagers' burden, especially during the anti-epidemic period.
Apa ya, masih naik turun lah, apalagi di saat kayak pandemi kayak gini.
In the end, the plight of the disadvantaged villagers can be alleviated temporarily.
In Malaysia, Tiffany Ng is a student in Johor Bahru's Tzu Chi kindergarten. She has been a vegetarian since she was in her mother's womb. She has a kind heart and always promotes vegetarianism with other people. Even her father and grandmother became vegetarians due to her actions. Let's take a look at the story.
从哪里开始吃素？我1岁吃素，2岁吃素，3岁吃素，我吃素吃到5岁。
Her mother became a vegetarian since her participation in the sutra adaptation. Hence, Tiffany Ng also became a vegetarian baby. She does not eat meat and loves to dance. Both her physical and mental health are in good condition. She's also an ambassador in promoting vegetarianism, as she does not want animals to be killed.
如果吃肉肉的话，那些动物会觉得怎么样？很痛。
They'll feel very painful. Our teacher has taught us that there are millions and millions of animals being killed.
Her father, who used to be a meat lover, also changed his eating habit because of her.
所以之前是无肉不欢的吗？
是，而且是吃很大量的那种，然后直到。
I used to be a meat lover and I consume a large amount of meat. When she was heading into kindergarten, I thought that she's going to learn a lot of things. I did not want to lie to her anymore, so I started to become a vegetarian from that day onward. First, I felt that my body became healthier. Previously, when I was eating meat, I used to get sick easily. I would have diarrhea after consuming meat, and also my uric acid levels were very high. After being a vegetarian, I do not have any similar symptoms anymore, and I do not get sick easily.
Her grandmother was also persuaded and became a vegetarian.
She always shared with us that being a vegetarian can save and love our planet. She keeps on telling us this idea, and we also felt that she is correct.
Her mother is also very mindful in preparing every meal.
我是看上网学了啦，她是用那个腰果。
I've learned the recipes online. To use cashew nuts to make the white sauce. This looks very thick and creamy, seems like a success. The taste is really good too. I'll try to make different dishes daily because it's very interesting, so I just try. It also seems very easy to make these dishes. Actually, there's a variety of choices when it comes to vegetarian food.
A child's kind thought and determination has changed the eating habit of the whole family, enabling every one of them to have better health and live a more energetic life. In Yunlin, 93-year-old Grandpa Xu lives with his 2 granddaughters in a dilapidated home, and 3 of them only have 1 bed to sleep on. The metal roofing on their bathroom was rusty and is also falling apart. Upon learning their situation, Tzu Chi volunteers help make some necessary repairs, improving their living environment.
Just in middle school, this granddaughter is taking good care of her grandfather, who is 93. Her older sister, who is becoming a nurse, also helps when she has time.
They like reading. I don't need to worry about their grades. They know best.
In this home, my grandfather is very loving.
The 2 sisters' father passed away from an illness, and the family gets by on the grandfather's veteran subsidies for their living expenses and tuition. However, their home is very badly in need of repairs.
The metal sheeting has gaps, so there is a draft. So when it's cold out, quick showers are necessary.
Our 1 bed sleeps 3 people. It's very crowded. I sleep in the middle.
Tzu Chi volunteers suggested some repairs for the home, which includes a new bathroom and new furniture, such as a refrigerator, beds, and desks.
The toilet, bathroom, and kitchen are all very old, and since these are daily necessities, we feel they must be repaired.
Tzu Chi also set out to solve their flooding problem.
We did the precision testing for the water flow to make sure the water in front is carried to the back. This way, the front can become a simple water retention pond.
The 2 granddaughters are the pride of this grandfather. Tzu Chi's long-term care has brought more loving warmth to this family, so they can begin the Lunar New Year in style.
In Keelung, a mother and son live at a house experiencing water leakage for years. After multiple visits and evaluations, the renovation was done and they finally have a safe and comfortable home. Here's more.
The old 2-story building has undergone multiple repairs, but still experiences water leakage. And due to the mental disturbance from both the mother and son, for 20 years they lived here without seeking help.
I've slept on the chair for almost 20 years, and it's very cold during the cold current.
Feeling heartbroken while witnessing their situation, neighbors have reached out to Tzu Chi after multiple tries to seek help from other units.
I feel bad for their situation, therefore everyone thought of helping them.
After the case is opened, volunteers arrive to evaluate the environment before starting the renovation project.
I'm really thankful. Tzu Chi Foundation has really helped in this time. Many people came to help.
Before the house wasn't painted, and now it's painted. The interior is painted fully and renovated. My son can now sleep on this bed over here.
Now I have a bedroom to sleep in. There are also blankets which provide warmth and comfort.
After organizing the living environment, volunteer He Mu-xing spent money buying a table for a Buddha statue.
After setting the table and the Buddha statue, the overall environment appears to be more solemn.
After renovation, volunteers have brought in second-hand furniture. While they're here, everyone joined in on cleaning the house. And after posting spring couplets, volunteers are sure that the mother and son are ready for a good year.
Ah Ping lives in Keelung by herself and suffers from slight mental development problems. She had been living with her mother, but since she passed away, she was left alone. Recently, her water heater was broken and the volunteers helped install a new one for her and also gave her some furniture to help organize her home.
The dripping sound of the water is coming from the bathroom. Tzu Chi Care recipient Ping's water heater is broken. And originally, Tzu Chi volunteers planned to make the repairs back in November last year, but only recently could they make the event happen.
From when we began until now, it's been about 4 or 5 months because we couldn't reach her at times. Having the water heater outside is safer, but the technician said if she wanted to change the batteries, she might not know how to do it. So we thought to upgrade it so she doesn't need to change the batteries and can just use it. This way it's overall safer for her.
Ping used to live with her mother, but since she passed away, Ping's been living on her own in this old home on the hill. Ping has some developmental problems, and Tzu Chi volunteers treat her like family.
The other day when I saw she didn't have a jacket on and had only one thin one, so when I went home to grab the blankets, I brought some warm jackets for her. She needs help, so I try to help her.
Besides changing out the broken water heater, the volunteers also secured much second-hand furniture for Ping. Volunteer Yang Jianhong, who owns an after-school center, had a closet to spare, and he brought his 2 children to help install it.
It's a rare opportunity nowadays for children to experience hardship themselves, so I've brought them to help.
The volunteers continue to worry Ping doesn't know how to take care of herself, so they teach her how to clean up and remind her the little details of things. The room now organized and clean is ready for Ping to spend a happy Lunar New Year.
5 years ago, the Tainan earthquake left many local buildings collapse. The Lunar New Year has reminded many locals about this unfortunate past. Gladly, many heroes such as counseling psychologists and Tzu Chi volunteers have always accompanied these earthquake-affected residents, providing much love and care during the recovery process. Today, we take a look at the once collapsed Chuyin building, which is expected to be done by this year, enabling the affected residents to head back to their homes once again. The closet fell and the power was cut off. So I thought that things were getting serious. Afterwards, I climbed up from here and used my tools to open the doors outside.
In the dark, the earthquake roared as many rushed out for safety. At this time, Tzu Chi volunteers came to the rescue.
The affected residents are helplessly waiting because some of them have relatives stuck in the buildings, and I really feel bad for them.
When the affected residents turn sorrowful, volunteers are here to send them love, accompanying them through the cold season.
It was about 6 degrees Celsius. It was very cold on that day. Rescue team members slept on the ground and I felt bad for them, so we prepared Jing's folding beds and blankets.
Bringing the warmth, hundreds of counseling psychologists and volunteers came in unison, helping affected residents walk out of sadness.
Although the grandson passed away, the grandfather stored his body in a freezer, and I asked him why. He didn't cover up his son's body, so he used a blanket to cover the body and put planks on the bottom of the freezer.
We do counseling at the first pace, combining resources from Tzu Chi sisters with our own staff. Before family members enter to see the body, we will prepare them beforehand.
Some parents ask if their child wants hot water or milk, praying to their children's body. There are many moving stories. One mother said that she had a dream about her child and that he needs a toy. So we gave her a toy and other child items to the funeral hall, comforting the parents.
After the disaster, affected residents will counter PTSD due to large amounts of stress. At this time of the year, residents remember the tragedy that occurred several years ago.
At the start, everything was messy because we didn't have experience. When a resident escapes, we'll immediately care for the person and comfort them.
When we talk about the footage, it was just if the earthquake happened yesterday, but we want them to feel that we are always with them.
Why do we track children on a long-term basis? It's because when they grow up, they'll still have memories of the earthquake, so counseling becomes a very important part of their lives. In February 2016, we saw many Tzu Chi brothers and sisters arrive at the scene, helping many residents in disaster relief. We need these people, and before the trauma washes away, we must help affected residents on the path of recovery.
God closes a door but opens another, and my children grow up over time, which I'm glad for. At least we're not in situations where there's no way out.
Residents' family members passed away here, but they want to rebuild it because they want to meet with them again. It's meaningful because the project also means seeing hope again.
As the building comes to completion, although the foundation is greatly reduced, it's certainly a morale boost to residents as ashes turn into a symbolic building.
In 2020, the US has been devastated with hurricanes and forest fires. In our annual review, we take a look at how Tzu Chi was always there to provide care and assistance during times in need.
September alone saw multiple hurricanes, tropical storms, and destructive wildfires. On top of natural disasters, the U.S. has also been hit hard by the pandemic. Putting their own safety aside, Tzu Chi volunteers held several aid distributions for those affected by disaster or the pandemic.
Fortunate to, have supplies, but all of this really, really, really helps.
We're grateful for this right here, right now. But I actually knew about the Tzu Chi beforehand because when I lost my home in the 2008 fire, you guys were the people that helped me the most.
Until Tzu Chi showed up, there wasn't anyone here who just said, we're just here to help your family right now, quickly.
It burned, and Tzu Chi helped me.
All of 25 years of memories. Sorry.
You can't see behind the mask, but when I talk, my eyes are telling you that I care for you.
Dear friend, from the moment we learned of your hardship, our hearts are with you. We want you to know that you're not alone. We're all brothers and sisters living under the same sky.
When she was reading me the letter from your master, and she was crying, it made me really sad but happy. And then she's talking about how you guys started from just saving coins and just everyone helping the day to spend my coins, towards, because you guys helped me, and I wanna feel like we're connected,
In Pingtung, there's a young man who gave up his high-paying job to learn traditional puppet craft and passing on this special tradition. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you, goodbye, and happy Lunar New Year's Eve.